What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. My views on Kevin Samuels' guest. Salute to you. Keep going. More and more success. I'm happy for you. Now, ladies, as y'all call in, day out, I just been watching. And this is about high value men, right? And this is why you won't get with a quote unquote high value man, because there's two things that keep coming up over and over and over again with you ladies. You're unprepared and you're self centered. So, you're unprepared, night in, night out, to even have a conversation about high value men. You're unprepared when you get on the phone and you're like, could you unmute your line? Could you cut your camera on? What do you have on the topic? For all the callers, I want somebody to call who disagrees. So do you disagree? I don't have a disagreement. Okay. Okay, so what you got on the topic? Well, I have, okay, this is what you have. It doesn't really go with the topic, but we're going to work it into that. And then you have the unprepared people who, you're unprepared with your image. You're unprepared with your looks. You're unprepared with your weight. You're unprepared with your family situation. But you're just gonna get this high value guy, and just he's gonna make enough money to give you do overs. You're unprepared for facts. You're unprepared for statistics. You're unprepared for just the simple math of it. Well, I'm this age, and I'm this height, I'm this weight, and they're only 10% or less of the guys that I'm looking for, but they're gonna choose me just because I'm me, which is the self-centered part. A lot of y'all are overly self-centered because for some odd reason your goal is to get a quote-unquote high value man, but the vast majority of you have no inclination of what to do, what a high value man is looking for, or how to keep a high value man. It's just about you. I want this guy so I could live the rest of my life in comfort. Interesting. Which brings me back to the self-centered and, you know, and the unprepared part. The vast majority of you come off as if you have a feminist or womanist ideology. So why are you looking for a high value man in the first place? Because y'all could, strong and independent, you could do it all on your own, and now all of a sudden, years later, you get older and you go, you know what? I need a man who's making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year so I don't have to work now. That's what a man should do. But you hadn't lived the majority of your adult life believing that. So what gives? Which is part of the unprepared part, because you've been living a feminist lifestyle, a womanist lifestyle. So being giving of yourself and understanding what men want, need in life and relationships, that's completely over your head. So you still want to meet these high value men so they can give you enough time and give you enough do-overs for you to figure out what men want and need. Self-centered. That's just self-centered, unprepared. Then you got like the Kendra G thing that just happened. He asked her one simple question, and she evaded the question, ignored the question, didn't want to answer the question. So okay, we done. So she comes back to make a insinuating, disrespectful type of roast because she really has nothing to work with. But here's the thing. She still never answered the question. She's upset about how it ended, but answering the question is still The answers elude me, which is part of the unprepared and self-centered part, because the Godfather has asked a lot of pertinent questions in this stretch. And what winds up happening with you ladies, being unprepared, being self-centered, you pull this stunt where he asked the question, you don't have an answer, so you stall until you can figure out how to change the subject, or you just go right into talking about a completely different subject and you don't answer the question. And here's the thing. I don't know why y'all think high value men are stupid, because you want a high value man, but this is how you're going to have a conversation with one? Like, you're not, the guys you're looking for aren't idiots. And the last thing they're going to do is get tied into a relationship with a self-centered idiot. It's just all about me, 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 me. Well, what about if we got to do this, that, and the third? What are you going to do about that? Well, anyways, I was thinking about going to Paris. What? Listen. This unprepared thing. You want these guys to be prepared to take care of you and your children and your issues. Just because. Everybody, and the funny part about it is why I say this happens over and over and over again, because the vast majority of you are saying and doing the exact same thing, and the vast majority of think you special. The vast majority of you call in overweight and you think that's okay. Let's just say, well, men like big women. Well, okay, since you're looking for a quote unquote high value man, let's just say that's 10% of the population. Then you're looking for guys who make, in the 8th percentile. Or it's 6 or 3 percentile, range, the top, 5%ers, right? So which percentage of them like women who are overweight, have feminist ideologies, and you happen to be attracted to? Like, which percentage of those guys do you think it is now? Because now we're going to a point of a percentage. You get what I'm saying? The guys you're looking for wind up being like 0.3% of the population. And with that 0.3%, how do you assume, if you can find that 0.3%, they want you? Because everybody is assuming he gonna love me though. Why? Because I'm me. You're unprepared. You don't know what you're talking about. And y'all ladies keep getting upset that you don't know what you're talking about, and just, I'm going to manifest a man to save my life, to save me from me and all of my bad decisions, because he's just going to come because he thinks I'm beautiful. So what are you going to do for that kind of man? I'm just going to be. Wow. Over and over again, it's the same thing. Unprepared and self-centered. And y'all can't get around it. And the crazy part about it is, it actively looks like you're not going to get around that, because you cannot adjust to actually being prepared, because that's too much work, and being giving and not being self-centered, that's too much work. So we just going to keep starting from square one, over, and over again. And time keeps ticking. You got women in their 20s doing it, 30s doing it, 40s doing it. All upset because they're getting the same result. So you're getting the same results, that you don't want, but you think you're special enough to get past the same results that you've been getting just because you're you, even though you haven't gotten them yet. And it's like, oh, okay, so you're just not going to deal with reality here, huh? Okay. Oh, yeah. Adding to the not dealing with reality part. Can somebody explain to me, how is it that time and time again you don't understand a high value man's reality? How? How is it that you don't get that these guys don't want what you're selling? I don't get it. I just don't understand that, because seems like, because a lot of you ladies have been engaged numerous times, been with high value men, and you've been with rich guys and this, that, and the third. But all of y'all, those are ghosts of relationships past, and you still don't know what these guys want. And you're still special. And they still want you. And they're still gonna work with you through all of your whatever. Look, man, y'all tripping, man. That's all I gotta say, man. Y'all tripping. Shout out to the Godfather. Keep doing what you're doing. One love, brother. You know it's all love. Peace.